Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our Enlightenment through Meditation Self Awareness sessions. I always like to thank you for being a part of these sessions and be able to hear whatever has to be said in the name of truth. So, in addition to thanking you, I would like to also welcome you. Because when someone is joining, that means they are interested. And whoever is interested in finding the truth within, they need to be welcomed. And with that, I would like to talk about the topic we will be discussing today, and that is going to be comparison, because we are always comparing ourselves. It's another nature which is ingrained within us. So how does comparison goes with happiness? Sometimes we compare ourselves within ourselves. How do we feel? What we want to do? Did we do it right? Did we do it wrong? And it's always ongoing fight, comparison. Sometimes we check with others. Am I doing better? Why am I not doing better? Is someone else doing better? I'm better than them. This kind of fights are always going on within us. So how do they relate to happiness? And we will go over some parts, and those will be, is there truly a need for comparison? We are going to find out. Why do we do it then? If there is, once we understand if there is a need or no need, why still we do it? And once we compare, how does it make us feel? Does it make us feel good? Does it make us feel bad? Does it give us no feeling? Does it help us to go down into where we don't want to be? Does it uplift us? And is it momentary? Is it just a momentary happiness or momentary sadness, or that we don't feel so good about, and then what it will end up at? And ultimately we will go back to the same question, is comparison really needed? So let's go into it. And it says need for comparison. We all know that we are, majority of the time, we compare. That sometimes is told us that it is the motivation. You have to look others. You have to see where you stand in society. You need to look within yourself, and you should be always running to get your goals. We set up our goals and we strive for those goals. And in those goals, if we fulfill them, we even check if we did make the right goal or the wrong goal, or the person next to me they make the better goals for themselves. I wasn't aware what could I have done and all that. Always comparison is going on. When there is so much comparison happening within ourselves, our attention is always going towards that, and we are chasing the goal. Sometimes happiness, sometimes sadness, sometimes neutral, sometimes comparison within, sometimes comparison within the past, sometimes looking for the future, but always on the go. Mind is always on the go. Happiness is not something by acquiring it. So if we went and we wanted to get a car which was beyond our reach, but we ended up getting, we acquired that material thing. It gave us a pleasure. We call that pleasure happiness. We call it. But suddenly what happens, that something really happens where we are affected badly, something related to an abstract thing, our loved one passes away, or something like that happens that touches our heart. We find out very quickly what we had acquired and was giving us pleasure, which we thought it was happiness, goes down very quickly. So acquiring something versus happiness are two different things. We cannot acquire by purchasing something as happiness. It has to come from within. So when we start comparing, and this comparison ongoing all the time, it drains us. Sometimes we notice ourselves, we go, I am tired of this. We say that. I am tired of it. I can't handle it anymore. Too much pressure. We use that term also, too much pressure, and rightly so, because we are so taken. So this comparison that we are doing within ourselves or with others, is it truly worth it? We can make a goal for ourselves. That's what we want to do and we feel like doing, but not in the spirit of competing and running so much about it that we forgot our own existence. Because if we are alive, then everything that we do makes sense. If we got everything, but in the process we lost ourselves, it really doesn't mean anything. And think about it. When we are getting some things, we can see them. When our consciousness manifests itself as a body, we can see that. But the conscious entity within us, we cannot see. Nobody can see. Breath comes, breath goes. We can even see the process, but breath you cannot catch. We cannot catch the air. It's just not possible. I'm doing this, but my hands are empty. So when we start looking into the materials and comparing, think about this for one moment. Our body, which is really active because of the consciousness within it, can enjoy, let's say, a sofa or a car or music and all that. The body can enjoy. The consciousness is abstract. So if we make consciousness to sit on the sofa or onto the floor or onto a street, the breath still keeps on coming and going the same way. The physical body hurts because it wants pleasure and all that. So there are two things ongoing. The inner self and the outer self. The inner self is happy when it is within its own self in contentment. It needs no competition. It doesn't want to think what happened yesterday, what should I do tomorrow, because all this taking our energies out, and competition, and looking into everything, and comparing with each other, it always is giving us turbulence, more and more turbulence. And when there is turbulence, you notice that there cannot be happiness. So when we are comparing within ourselves what we did yesterday, what we did today, what we are going to do tomorrow, why I'm not ahead in the game, why I'm behind the game, our energies are all taken to a point where we can't even come within ourselves to express or to even enjoy our own happiness, because it is the matter of heart, not mind. And all this competition, coming, going, comparison, am I feeling better, not feeling better, is all a part of mind. So we look, is there really a need for comparison? Could it be possible that we move on at our own pace, decide at our own pace, and just be satisfied in what we do and what we get in return, without so much comparison all around, either within or people? And see if we start to get more integrated within our own self. Because as we start to pull out all these energies that are going out, they're going to start coming in. When they come in, they're going to make us stronger, because we can now hold the energies a lot better than before. So isn't that a good thing? It is definitely a better thing. So we start looking, is there any need? And we may make a judgment that really, if we were going 100% down, maybe 50% is good enough, 30% is good enough, 0% is good enough. It will change on our own evaluation. Because this session doesn't mean that whatever is being said, you totally take it literally and start applying. It is definitely meant for this message to come across. So we can each individual see our own situation and do the best. In other words, stop going all this outgoing energies and start saving them in. Because when we are comparing and we are unable to keep up with the pace whoever we are comparing, that leads to anger, that leads to hurt in our vanity or pride, and all these factors will bring us down. That is not so positive for us. Why do we do it then? Why do we compare? Why? The basic thing is it's built in our character. There are some things that are already there inside us. This is also one of the characters of the mind, to compare, because it wants to keep us busy. When we are busy, we will not recognize our own self. When we don't recognize, we obviously cannot move forward toward increasing our awareness so we can merge with the higher consciousness, which is the divine force. Mind tries to bring us down every shape and form possible way to keep us down so we can't progress further. So this character of comparison, once we know that is ingrained in us, we start looking into it. Do we need it? Why do we need it? And try to bring out the other character. In one family, you must have noticed that if maybe 2 or 3 kids, each kid is different. Parents are the same. The food is the same. The environment is the same. Going to school the same. Playing the same. Everything is the same, but the characters are different. Because they bring in within themselves whatever they bring in. Those actions and reactions we have discussed in the separate sessions, which are already recorded and are on YouTube. But here, once we start looking into ourselves, we say, why do we need all this comparison? If we want to be happy, if we want to find happiness within, does it need to be? Can I get satisfied with what I have? Can I make those reasonable goals that I can get them and not get so frustrated that I lose my own self? How does it make us feel? That's another thing, to control our own self. We are not talking about anyone else, but yeah, sometimes we need to control our demands and things like those. So how does it make us feel? Sometimes in comparison we feel bad. Sometimes while we are comparing we feel good within ourselves. I made a goal, I accomplished it, I feel good. But realize that what goes up must come down. That's also a law, up and down. So today if we are up, if we keep on going with the same formula, someday we will be falling down. And the same thing goes with comparison with others. Today if we feel really good and we beat someone, they wanted to get something, we wanted to get something and we beat them to it, we got it and they didn't. It feels good because of mind's nature of comparison, competition, and feeling good. The pride wins and the ego wins and the name in society wins. So that happens. But realize it is only transitory. Because next time, if our attitude is the same, another opportunity will come. And when that comes, what will happen? It's a possibility the other person might win. Then we are going down. How does it feel to be up and down and up and down and up and down all the time? That's really hard on our bodies, our minds, and our psyche. Not so good. If we are out of this comparing business, if you will, then what happens? We start to feel pacified. We start to feel happy within ourselves because we don't have any comparison with anyone else. Whatever they are doing, it's their journey. Whatever we are doing, it's our journey. If we got less but we can live within it, it's up to us to tell ourselves this is good. I'm happy with it. If it isn't, then we will be in a turmoil for a long time. So happiness and comparison goes by our self-learning. Do I need? Do I need to compare? And if I don't compare, am I really losing? Maybe I'm winning because I want to feel happy, and this is teaching me how to be happy within myself. It leads to momentary happiness, as I'm sharing right now, that this happiness which lasts for so little, I mean, even if it is a month, it's 2 months, it's a year or 5 years, life is longer. Depending on how you look at it, but life is 80 years, 100 years, something. A year, 2 year, 5 year is not long enough. And it's very rare, if it is at all, that in someone's life, whatever has happened will stay forever because we change by the moment. Our mind is directed to be changing by the moment. What we like right now, we may not like the next moment. We do the shopping on sales and this and that, and we like so much. As soon as we go to the other, we don't like what we bought. We like the other thing better. So there is also comparison. We go to, once we start going into looking deeper, do I need this comparison? Then and only then we start to bring our mind down. Mind is sitting on top. It won't come on its own down. Doesn't happen. It only knows to make us more and more into turmoil, more and more commotion, more and more to keep the energies out. So once we start looking into it and bringing our mind down, it won't come down in one session. It's a constant battle and it's a constant training. But as we go more and more into it and start telling our mind that why am I comparing? If I was doing yesterday, that's how it was meant to be. But remembering that we putting the best effort into it. There is nothing that we did that we can look back and say, hey, I should have, or I could have, or would have. No. We do the best effort, and whatever comes out as an outcome of that, we tell ourselves that this is okay for today. And then we don't lose, we just keep on doing, but rather than demanding and comparing, because with the comparison there is always he has less, I have more, I have less, he has more. This game of mind keeps on playing, and as long as that game is going on, we cannot sit in peace, and therefore our happiness can never be accomplished. It's again inversely proportional. The more happiness we want, the less comparison we need to do. And when we try this, look into it, we find out how much peace starts to fall in. As I have mentioned many times, happiness is not something we can go and purchase, but it can be felt. We feel the happiness. We feel the coolness of happiness. It comes and suddenly everything works out well for us. Whereas when we are in commotion, there are all the negative parts which are inside us will start to come out. As I mentioned, we get angry, our pride is hurting, we don't want to talk to anyone, we get into depression, and then we go to the doctors and we get into the medication, and then the side effects. Suddenly we realize rather than discussing happiness or experiencing happiness, our subject matter has become totally different. Do we want that in life? I think that is the main thing that we need to look into and find out that happiness again is not too far. It is within us. We can accomplish it. if we start weeding out the things that very easily take our happiness away. So with that, I would like to end this session. I would like to thank all of you for joining me. Please don't hesitate to write us any questions you might have. You can write to us on our website, drcourse.com. You can write us on Facebook, facebook.com/drcourse. You can write us on Ustream, or you can write us on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Dr. Course. You can follow us on Twitter. We like to hear from you. We want to know if these sessions, how much helpful they have been, or if there is any suggestion you have. I love you all, and remember always, happiness is not too far. As long as we realize that we are moving on to path of truth within ourselves to realize what happiness is all about. Thanks again, and I will see you next Saturday.